always felt that Infinite had the perfect gameplay, so I want this game to have like the same feel of it, but have enough things different about it so it doesn't feel like a repackaged Infinite. So the controls in this game will basically be the same. The Skyhook will make a return in the form of MAGs, magnetically accelerated grind shoes. These will basically work the same as Skyhooks, but in order to access any of the skylines, you do need to grind up a pole like a street lamp, which will send you flying high up in the air. Freight hooks will also make a return in the form of balcony ledges, which you can grab and hold on to, attack enemies in, or climb above them. The weapons of this game are as follows. Nano Glow, your melee weapon that allows you to summon any weapon of your choosing, the default being a katana. The other weapons are your typical fare and don't need an explanation. Revolvers, shotguns, carbine, machine gun, sniper rifle, grenade launcher, and RPG. So the one thing I would like to improve from Infinite is that you will only be able to carry 2 weapons in the beginning, but as you progress through the game, you can purchase upgrades allowing you to carry more in the weapon wheel. In this game, Plasmid and Eve are called hacks and data. They will be shown in order of appearance in the game. Need to electrify the room? Then use Short Circuit to shock your enemies or hold to create a cluster of traps. Want more time? Don't worry when stun time is increased. Enemies more crafty than you realize, not when trap radius is increased. Need a simple hack to use a person? Then Control-Alt-Delete or CAD is the hack for you. Use to control an enemy for a limited time. Hold to alter their DNA to make them stronger, and when the time's up, they will then delete themselves in this mortal coil. Want to make your puppet stronger? Now alternate enemies do twice the damage. Love an explosion? Now you can see enemies explode at deletion, harming nearby enemies. Want to blast away the opposition? Use Firewall to send a wall of fire in front of you, or hold to place one down to set an incinerary wire trap. Being attacked at all sides? Now Firewall will send a burst of fire around you. Enemies getting put out too quickly? Now Firewall will burn enemies much longer. Tired of being the center of attention? Use Trojan Horse to distract your enemy by creating a decoy, or hold to become invisible to sneak attack your enemies. Think those decoys are getting dull? Decoys will now inflict damage back to enemies. Love being a backstabber? Now sneak attacks do more damage. Want to keep your enemies at bay? Use Extension to summon tentacles to push them away or hold to pull them closer. Want more distance? Now enemies get pulled and pushed back much farther. Want to jam? Now you can slam enemies onto the ground when pulling them in. Want to plow for your enemies? Use Crash to dash into your enemies or hold to immediately use an enemy as a temporary bullet shield after hitting them. Stronger enemies? No problem. Now Crash does more damage and increases the time of the bullet shield. Got a stronger arm? Now you can chuck a used up shield into enemies. Being swarmed by enemies? Well, summon a swarm of virtual protection nanobots to fend them off. Hold to also place a nasty trap. Too many enemies? Now VPN can fend off more enemies. Need more traps? Now enemies that are killed by VPN will become traps. Want a better shield? With pop-up, you can place a shield or hold to suck up damage and release from an explosive bomb or trap. Want more for your buck? Now pop-up will decrease at a slow rate. Need more ammo? Now shields will suck up ammo. But what's a Bioshock game without any enemies to fight with? In this game, there will be 2 factions you have to fight. The Keepers of Orders are people who upheld the words of this city's leader and would do anything to stop you from freeing the other city's faction. The New Flame are people who emerged when hacks were becoming a large commodity. They wish nothing but to be free from this digital world and spread their wisdom and power in the outside world. And for some reason, they believe you are the key to their freedom. Now that the factions are known, let's see what variety of enemies you fight. Regulars, just your typical enemies, nothing special about them. Hackers, people have become addicted to hacks. There are 8 types of hackers in accordance to each hack in the game. Short circuit hackers will try to electrocute you, temporarily stunning you. Be careful with the traps by evading or destroying them. Cat hackers will control and alter other enemies or themselves if there are none. Kill them before they explode in your face. Firewall hackers will send a barrage of fire at the player, so stay far away from them or evade. Also be wary of the traps. Trojan Horse hackers will try to sneak up and attack the player. Can only be stopped if they set off a trap, and the player will only know if they're in a room if they can hear the closely whispered line of, "You can't see me." Extension hackers will try to pull the player in closer, so try and stun them to prevent that. Crash hackers will try to crash into paper. When you hear the wind-up sound, evade. VPN hackers will summon a swarm of nanobots to attack you, stun them before they attack. Pop-up hackers are the only ones who can use weapons from regulars and cannot be harmed due to a shield in front of them. Attack them from behind to get these lightly armored enemies. Hollows are people who, wanting to escape from this digital hell, became cold emotional cyborgs. Be careful as they're big and could pull you off ledges and poles if you aren't constantly moving. The discarded are robots that have been forgotten and left to wander the streets of midnight. Stun them and hack them so they can attack other enemies. There are 3 types of discarded.
There are the drinkers, who are stationary robots that once gave citizens a cool, refreshing drink that now violently spit one out at anyone who dares go near them. Shoppers were once flying shopping carts. These violent drones were attacked by swinging around their cart. And finally, the Candymen, who were once huggable mascots that would pass out candy to children. Now the broken dispensers will violently shoot out candy at a fast pace. For some weird reason, they constantly want children to follow them to the park. Now, even with all your weapons and hacks, you're gonna need all the help you can get to defeat these foes. That's why the research rewards in Bioshock 1 and 2 will come back in the form of trading cards. Whenever you kill an enemy, there's a slim chance that they drop a trading card of themselves. These cards will give you an advantage to said enemy on the card and can be enabled or disabled in the gameplay menu. The gear system will come back in this game, this time called mods. There will be 4 categories for mods: glasses, gloves, jacket, and shoes. At the start, you're only able to equip 1 mod for each slot, but as you progress, you can push an additional slot up to 4, giving you a total of 12 mods. Here are some of the mods I thought of. Dual wield. When equipped, will allow you to dual wield weapons or hacks, but with the caveat of only using one of them at a time. Comeback. Allows you to parry attacks with your melee attack, but suffer twice the damage if done poorly. Soaring Eagle. Time will slow down when letting go of a ledge and jumping off poles, allowing you to do more attacks to enemies. Blood Money. Performing a finishing move will generate more money. Second Chance. Leftover health and data you find will be put into reserve and automatically used when you run out of health or data. And touch this. Perfect evades from attacks will slow time. Gotta get them all. Increases the chance of getting a trading card by 10%. Wombo Combo. Killing an enemy with combos will increase money dropped. Charger. Holding before firing will send out twice the damage but use twice the ammo. Ecstasy. If not hit after a minute, your movement and damage will double. This will reset if you get hit. Free Your Mind. Time will slow when holding down on a hack.